Turns out the Afghanistan war is still going on. I'm not kidding. That
Yeah.
really is. It's really still going. Barack Obama, from the moment he got into office to the moment he leaves, we're having that war in Afghanistan because it's so important to our safety. It's really important to our safety. It's so important. We got to have the Why are we having the Afghanistan war? For your safety. Why are we spending $1 trillion upgrading our nukes? For your safety. Can I see a doctor? No. Okay, that's a fucked up country. That's Hank Thompson's joke. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you for that, Lena. I don't actually have a story. It's just a reminder that the Afghanistan war, it's been going on since 2001, the longest war in American history. But at least, as you two, I'm sure will be able to eloquently point out, we know what our objective is. We know what we're trying to accomplish, right? What is our goal in Afghanistan?
I can tell you.
Yes.
Our goal is to spend roughly $2 billion a week in lining the pockets of defense contractors.
Okay, that's one idea.
What do you think?
Well, we'll get to that. It's not far off. But what I find fascinating, just in reflecting on the presidential campaign, is we have a new president coming into office, and we had an extensive presidential campaign, and I don't remember either of the major party candidates, or anybody really, as far as I can tell, being asked what their position on the war in Afghanistan is and what they were planning to do about it. This is the longest war in American history, and we have a new president coming into office, a war president. Oh, they're all war presidents.
They're all war
now.
presidents.
And nobody ever even asked him.
No.
I mean, maybe they did. I could be mistaken.
What's your exit strategy? No one said that.
Yeah, no one has asked. But even if he doesn't have an exit strategy, doesn't plan to get out. What is your? How are you going to win? I mean, we have a war going on that our new president coming in, nobody's even asked him how he plans to win this war. Like, that is, we go into war, we have wars going on that we don't even talk about winning anymore. I mean, at least during Vietnam, there was talk about, are we winning, are we losing? We don't even talk about that anymore because that's not even a question, like that we would win a war. So it's preposterous. So I have a few statistics that I called, that I think I have a graphic for, just a couple of them about the cost of the war. The annual cost per soldier we have right now is $2.1 million per soldier. We could be imprisoning them for half that.
No kidding.
The daily cost of the war is $100 million, and the total cost to date is $750 billion. $750 billion, and that's not the veterans care and the ongoing.
Yeah, that's not the back end cost.
That's not nothing, and all the ongoing money that we're going to be spending in Afghanistan for decades, even if the war, quote unquote, ends. We've also spent over $113 billion just for recovery, not for military, but just for development and building. $113 billion.
And what's that for?
That's for development, not for the war. That's the butter as opposed to the guns.
So that's not included in the 750?
Yes, that is.
Oh, okay.
But just for perspective, that's more than was spent on the Marshall Project after World War II, even adjusting for inflation.
No kidding.
For Afghanistan. And at least, we've had tremendous success, right? Except, and this is, bear in mind, we had the surge. Remember the surge in Afghanistan during, in the early part of Obama's. I mean, we didn't even remember this stuff. We don't even remember.
Yes, Barack Obama did do a surge.
And the result of the surge was a net actually loss. Today, the Taliban controls more of Afghanistan than it did right after we invaded. So, and that's 750. So, but as you pointed out with your, joke that you stole from Hank Thompson, we can't pay for health care. I mean, whenever there's discussion, Bernie Sanders, you want to make college free? Where are you going to get the money, Bernie?
Crazy.
We buried it all in Afghanistan, Bernie. You don't have the money now. But there's never any question about these war appropriations, whether maybe we should consider that we shouldn't spend this money in Afghanistan and Iraq. And but one of the things, what actually inspired me to do this in the first place, is my mother has been in Afghanistan. She worked there and she did the development work. And one of the things she mentioned to me at some point in time randomly was that it costs roughly $1 million a day just to provide water to our troops and all the people who are involved in development there, because they can't just turn on their tap and drink the water in Afghanistan. So it all has to be brought in by airplane or helicopter or trucks.
Right.
Afghanistan is a landlocked country, so we can't just ship it into a port. You have to bring it in through Pakistan or through Tajikistan or all the stands where they have dictators and we have to be friendly to them because we're bringing all our supplies through there. So, but the cost,
Who's going to pay for that?
It's-
No one ever asked that question. Isn't that I know this is, it makes me sound like a hippie, and it's easy to dismiss people, but what the fuck? Why are we spending that kind of money? No one ever, at no point, Bernie Sanders, I want to give you college. Oh, you're going to pay for that? You're crazy. I thought maybe we could give you health care. Oh, you're going to pay for that? Hey, we're going to spend billions of dollars in the Middle East. Sounds good.